Hi guys, it's Checkacola. 안녕하세요, 말입니다. Checkacola입니다. And I am live. It's Friday night live stream. So this week, put my hat up, kind of shadows. I did get some more lights, so it should be a little better than last time. I can still see a little shadow. It's really hard where I live right now to get it perfect, but hopefully it's better. So today was a really good day. I went outside, walked to the beach, had some fun. I'm going to get on with our live stream. So actually this week, my collaboration video with Hanguk Ajima got over 1,000 views. I'll check it out right now and see how many views it actually got. It's crazy. This video has gone a little viral, so it's really crazy. Hello, one subscriber or one viewer. How are you? I like interacting. If you want to write a comment, write something down below. Thank you. So my video is really crazy. So Canadian man eats ramen fusion. Canada ajishi chapaguri. I got a whole bunch of views. We'll check out 1,300 minutes. Wow. The views. Seems like 978. It has 978 views, but that's from yesterday, so it'll update and it'll go crazy. So I'll actually check last 48 hours. Ooh, just under almost 1,100 views. That's crazy. So the chapaguri video, we actually had some discussion over that. Is it chapaguri or chapaguri? So it's very interesting. Some people said it's B, and others said P. So I'm not too sure about that chapaghetti. So chapaghetti has the P, but some people are saying it's the B. So there's that. So yeah, my video went really crazy this week. So again, we're getting a lot of views. Now it says 1,019. So it's uploads going crazy a little bit. Also, I didn't upload, I actually made a website. I got actually a computer here, so you can check out my website. Oh, little Aggie in the background is making noise. So I actually do have a website now. Ta-da! 안녕. So I have a website now. The website is Checkacola.com. So www.checkacola.com. If you go to that, you can actually see my posts. So on the website, I'll actually post YouTube videos, and I will post actually blog posts. So I did post a learning Korean one, and I posted the basic vowels. And I should be posting more lately, every day, maybe 4 or 5 posts, I hope, for a while, and then maybe I'll slow it down a bit. But I got a lot of backlog to get up on my website. So www.checkacola.com, and it's live. So as of right now, I got maybe 9, 10 posts on there. So I will be updating it regularly. So you can, hello. So you can check my website regularly, and I will be posting. Again, blogs and pictures. So it will be different than my YouTube channel. I will post on YouTube, but my blog, again, it'll be education, it'll have Korean, and it'll have like pictures of Korea and Canada. So my blog website will be totally different. Even, see, I got some pictures of Seoul on there. I got a whole bunch of good pictures on there. So if you guys want to check that out, it's pretty interesting. Also, so lately I've been learning Korean, so I can sing lots of Korean songs now. I'm getting better. So we'll try a song. 곰 새머리가 한 지마 있어요. 아빠 곰, 엄마 곰, 애기 곰, 아빠 곰. 딴딴해 엄마고 남실에 애기고 귀염둥이 어서 잘한대. So that's actually interesting. So me and my wife grew up in different countries, so we're actually learning both Korean and English for our baby. Good. Oh, 감사합니다. Right now, actually, maybe a little later, my wife can come here and talk for a bit, but right now she's putting little Eggy Chew to bed. So maybe later we can talk in some Korean. So what else happened? What else happened? So today, when we went to the lake, we actually seen pelicans. We seen pelicans really huge. So there's really big pelicans, and they were really close to us. Where we live right now, the lake is full of pelicans, geese, ducks. A lot of ducks and geese right now are actually going from northern Canada, like I'd say the Yukon and like the Whitehorse, like that area. So the Yukon, Yellowknife, which is Northwest Territories, and Nunavut, they're actually flying south for the migration through Saskatchewan and like Alberta and Manitoba. So the western parts of Canada, sometimes British Columbia, but I'm not too sure. Oh, door opened. Someone coming? Oh, 한국 아줌마. Maybe later.
안녕하세요.
Well, if Eggy Chew goes to sleep, maybe she can come. But right now, Eggy Chew, little sad, has to go to sleep. So Eggy Chew, little angry right now. She doesn't want to go to sleep, but you have to keep the schedule on. So yeah, right now, where I live, there's actually tons and tons and tons, like millions, like no joke, millions of birds are actually flying from north to south right now. And lots of them, you gotta watch out when they're flying. There's actually, like, their feces actually drops, and you can actually see it like hitting cars, you can see it hitting the cement. So if you're outside, you want to find a tree or you want to go inside really fast when the geese come from the north, south. But it's actually really amazing right now because you'll see like flocks and flocks and flocks. The whole sky will be dark, like black or white with snow geese and Canada geese. It's really amazing and really cool. So there was that. Also, I guess, back to school. So actually right now I live, my new house for a while, I live right next to a university. And the university just went back to school now. So it's really crazy. There's kids like screaming, yelling, doing crazy things what usually university kids do. But then there's also other kids who are trying to study and they're being like, shh, don't talk, shh, we're trying to study. So that's all balancing out. It's really interesting. The university I went to is in a different city. My university is number 1. So they actually, my university, a week, like be like introduction week or like welcome back to school week. They had lots of like events, lots of festivals, like they'd have sales, they'd have lots of things, and there'd be like around the whole university there'd be lots of noise, bands playing. But this university, again, there is some people that are going crazy, but it is a little quieter. So when this university, the student body, I guess, because it's smaller, it isn't as loud, there isn't as many festivals, but there is a lot of festivals going on. But actually, like where my apartment is right now, so it's like right 2-3 minutes walk to the university, but there's like no noise or anything. It's actually kind of crazy. When I went to university for a couple years, I lived right next to the university where I went to university, and it was crazy. Every night there'd be police, there'd be guys screaming, yelling, there'd be ah. Especially the first week back to university, there was a whole bunch of screaming and yelling, and it was ridiculous. But yeah, this university, it seems to be a little calmed down. It's not the, province university. So in Canada, there's provincial universities like University of Alberta, University of, let's say, BC, University of Saskatchewan, University of Manitoba. This is just like a city university. So that might be a difference too. It's a little smaller and a little quieter. Hello. 안녕. How are you tonight? We're just talking about universities. You in school right now? Went back to school? I'm lucky I graduated almost 5 years. 4 years ago I graduated, so I've been out of school a long time now. But yeah, the university where I live beside right now is really, again, it's a little noisy, but it's way toned down compared to what I seen when I was in university. Also, actually, that brings a good point. In Korea, when the university got back and there was actually drinking and partying, it was actually really a different experience. In Korea, there is like no drinking laws outside. So in Korea, you can drink on the street. You can go to a convenience store, GS25, CU, and just drink. So I was actually pretty shocked. In the universities in Korea, when people went out to party, they get drink. Go to a Korean barbecue, drink 2-3 bottles of soju, walk down the street like stumbling, go into a GS25, buy a can of beer, drink that, and walk down the street like wobbling and maybe pass out. In Canada, if you went outside and you drank a beer on the street, you'd probably get arrested. In Canada, if you were wobbling walking, someone would probably phone the police on you, especially where I live. You'd probably end up in a thing called the drunk tank. So in Canada, if you're even if you have just 1-2 beers in Canada and you just wobble a little bit, someone will probably phone the cops on you and you'll probably spend the night in a drunk tank, or at least the cops will drive you home. Compared to Korea, you would see people drinking, having a good time, walking around. They never cause any trouble. Lots of times in Korea, when the people were drinking and going crazy, they actually never caused any trouble. But in Canada, even if you're walking home after going to a bar or going to a party, if you walk home, you never cause no trouble. You don't do anything. If you stumble, someone will probably phone the cops on you and you're going to go to jail. So that was actually the big difference I've actually noticed since coming back to Canada. The drinking laws in Korea versus the drinking laws in Canada, they're totally different. Same with actually smoking laws. In Korea, you could maybe smoke almost everywhere, but it was getting less and less and less. When I first went to Korea, I actually seen that you could actually still smoke in the cafes. They actually had smoking rooms. And some of the cafes I actually went to, you could smoke in any part of the cafe. That was really bringing it back to when I was a child. In Canada, when I was a child, there was a smoking section and a regular section, but there was no barrier. So if you were smoking in one part of the restaurant, the other part of the restaurant would still get the smoking. But sometimes they had fans and you could still smell it, but it wasn't as bad. But in Korea, they actually had separate rooms for the smokers, which was really interesting. I hadn't seen that in Canada, I don't think, when I was a young kid. They just outright banned smoking in restaurants, maybe when I was a young kid. But in Korea, then I think it was 2015, they banned smoking in cafes and bars. So actually the smoking rooms got taken down, and they actually put up little box rooms where you could go in there and you could smoke. And then you could come out of the box room, drink your coffee, and if you wanted to smoke a cigarette, you could actually go back in the box room and smoke. So it's very interesting about that too. Also, another thing actually about Korean cafes, lots of times you'd see people studying with books and their computers, and they would go to the bathroom, go have a smoke, go outside for a couple hours. In Canada, if you go to a cafe or a restaurant and you leave your books, your computer and everything on the desk or table, when you come back, it's going to be gone. So that's really interesting. I thought that was really interesting. When I first went to Korea, I went coffee shops, big chains, even small coffee shops. And I would go in there and I'd see empty tables, just filled with books and computers and everything. Everything, your whole backpack was on the table and there was no one around. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. In Canada, if you did that, your books would be gone instantly. If you in Canada if you went to even to the bathroom and left your computer and your books on the table and you had no friend or anyone watching it, they'd be gone. So that's a totally difference. That's insane. In Canada, if you left a brand new laptop on a desk in a coffee shop, how do you feel today? I'm very good. Today was very warm, so I'm really happy. How about you? How do you feel? So yeah, in Canada, if you left the computer on the desk, it'd be gone the second you walk away to the bathroom, go get a drink. So that was actually what I liked a lot about Korea. You could like leave stuff on the tables, you could leave stuff outside, and no one would take it. In Canada, if you have someone watching it, like if someone's watching your bag or someone's watching your computer, they're not going to take it. But if you upright get out of there, go to the bathroom, like if you go outside and have a smoke, or if you go outside and like get something to eat, when you come back, your laptop and all your stuff's going to be gone. Unless you like have a friend or something watching it. But in Korea, you know, you'd see like a lady or a guy just go up and leave for like hours, come back and get back to work. You're good? How was the weather in Korea today? Today in Canada was really hot and windy, but it was perfect for bird watching. Lots of birds in Canada right now migrating south. So it's very good, interesting. So yeah, what else can I think about this? Also, maybe like jjimjilbangs. Jjimjilbang? That's really different. A really different thing I found out when I went to Korea on the live stream. Jjimjilbangs. So the first time I went to like a jjimjilbang, it was like really awkward and I wasn't sure what to do. I actually like went in the saunas with my clothes. I didn't actually go into the baths where, you know, you take off all your clothes. But then actually, maybe it took a while, but then after a while, I actually enjoyed jjimjilbangs. The hot tubs, like all the mineral hot tubs and the scrubs, the cold tub. The air is really dirty. Oh, that's too bad. I know when I was leaving Korea, the air was getting a little bad, but it was super bad, like really, really, really bad the day I went to the airport. That's sad. Korea used to have awesome air. I remember when I first went to Korea, I used to hike all the time. I used to go hike in the mountains. I'd go hike in like, if you know, Paju, Suwon, Daejeon. I actually went to Busan a couple of times. I went to Gwangju? Yeah, and I used to hike and it was awesome. The air used to be clean and crisp, but then all of a sudden it got dirty, yeah. I don't know what happened, but it seemed like the last couple months in Korea got really bad. It's kind of sad because Korea has beautiful like mountains and trees and everything. It's kind of sad. I loved going outside in Korea, but now you gotta stay inside. It's sad. But yeah, the jjimjilbangs, all the hot tubs, I loved them. The really, really hot ones, I loved the really hot tubs. I'd sit in there, you know, you go in there, brrr, and then your skin turns red, and you go in the cool tub, and you psh. There's actually a couple small jjimjilbangs that I went to where the ice bath was freezing. Like even I went with my family. I went with my dad a couple times. You go into the really hot tub, and then you go into the really cold hot tub, and it's you can't even take it. Some of them really cold hot tubs and the jjimjilbangs, they're like almost ice floating in them. You think you can see like ice on top, little icebergs, little boats. But yeah, some of them jjimjilbangs, really good, but they're really cold. And actually the saunas, I loved the salt sauna, the really hot one that is in the bath area, where you put salt on your skin, and then you sweat and sweat and sweat, and the salt absorbs through your skin, and it actually makes your skin like really smooth, and it was awesome. Oh, I missed that. In Canada, you can find some saunas, but they're not the same style as in Korea. The ones in Korea are super big, and you know, they got the separate place for the men and the women. In Canada, if you go to a sauna, usually it's mixed, like it's men and women, and there'll be a pool, and there'll be kids everywhere. It was very interesting when I first went to Korea, the jjimjilbangs. Yeah, but that salt sauna, oh, after you go through the salt sauna, your arms, your feet, everything is so smooth, and you feel like almost like a baby. And then what else? The jjimjilbang food, it's pretty good too. You know, you got that rice drink. You drink that, even it's really sweet and delicious. I know other people like eggs, cold eggs. I never ate the eggs. Eggs and me aren't friends, but other people, you watch other people eat eggs and the candy and the water. Jjimjilbangs. Here's a tip for you. When you go to a jjimjilbang, weigh yourself before going into the sauna. Every sauna. right when you go to the Jimjilbang, or right when you get to any sauna, weigh yourself on a scale. When you leave, you should be the same weight, because everything you lose is mostly water. So if you go in 100 kilograms, which you might, if you come out, you should be 100 kilograms. If you go in 100 kilograms and you come out 95 kilograms, you're going to have a very bad time because you lost 5 kilograms of water. So always drink water when you go into the Jimjilbangs. That's a must. I've actually seen a lot of people. Yeah, I went to a lot of Jimjilbangs. No joke. I went to a lot. Big ones, small ones. I've seen a lot of people, like, I'd say foreigners, Weiguken, like me, go in there. They don't drink water, and they'll actually drink beer, which dehydrates you more. So they'll come out with big, super headaches. So that's a must. I've seen people throw up, like coming out of Jimjilbangs, and even in Jimjilbangs, after they've been in the saunas like so long, and they go in the hot tubs, and they don't drink water, and they actually throw up because they're so dizzy and they can't stand it anymore, so they just throw up. But yeah, always drink water in the Jimjilbangs. So we talked about cafes, smoking, drinking laws. What else did I find interesting about Korea? Actually, the nature, like city versus rural life was actually really unique too. You actually don't really see a lot about the rural life in Korea, like on TV or anything outside of Korea. Like when I went to Korea, you think of Seoul. You just think of one big city, and you think like you're gonna go there. It's like Blade Runner or The Fifth Element. You're just gonna see tall buildings. There's no nature. There's nothing. But actually, when you get on the subway and you go from even Seoul Station, Myeongdong, Gangnam, you go 20, 30, 40 minutes. You can actually get out into some beautiful country, like the Seoul Zoo, like really close to Seoul. It's on the South Line. I think it's can't remember, it's the blue line. I know it's blue. So you get to Seoul Zoo, and there's just mountains, and there's animals, and there's lots of trees, and it's so beautiful. So there's actually lots of trees, and the hiking is really, really good. Chuncheon, so Chuncheon and Gapyeong, awesome too. When you get in there, you get out to Chuncheon, it's a ways out of Seoul, or even Gangneung on the ocean by the EC is really, really, really beautiful. The beaches on the EC are awesome. Like Sokcho, that area, the beaches really, really, really beautiful and really crisp, and the sand is so beautiful. If you go in the city like Gangneung, the beaches maybe will have some people on them, and they'll have some I'd say maybe little litter. But if you go south a little while, the beaches, they'll be beautiful. You'll never see a person on there, and you can get out there, set an umbrella, set up a tent, have a beer, have your sandwich, have some kimbap, and just enjoy the whole weather. That was awesome about Korea. The beaches on the EC were very beautiful. All by Incheon, if you got to Incheon Island, the beaches out there were okay, but I wouldn't recommend going in the water. But on the EC, by Gangneung and a little south, were beautiful. And Busan's beaches were awesome too. Haeundae Beach and Gwahili Beach. Haeundae Beach got really, really, really busy in the summer. So you'd go to Gwahili Beach, and it would be good for a while, but then it would get busy. But if you went outside of the main Busan, you went to another beach, on the outskirts of Busan, so there's Korea here. Busan's right here. So you go to beaches here, or here, like Tongyeong. They're very beautiful, and they're not busy at all. Awesome. And the hiking, I think I talked about this before, but oh my god. In Korea, the hiking paths are awesome. So you can go up, you can actually take a subway to someplace south in Korea or north, like the Seoul subway. The Seoul subway system is amazing. I'll talk about that next. The Seoul subway system, it goes from Paju all the way to Cheonan. You can just get off somewhere and hike and hike and hike and hike and hike. Yongmun and Yangpyeong. Yongmun and Yangpyeong, awesome hiking pass. Chuncheon, awesome. That's crazy. You can go from Seoul to Chuncheon on the subway. It's amazing. Yeah, the hiking pass. You go, you climb a mountain. You get into a bunch of trees. It's it's going back in future. Not going back to the past. I mean, it's you see those big pagodas, and you see like some statue that's like 300-400 years old, or even maybe like hundreds of years old, like thousands of years. It's crazy. When you get into like the small rural areas and you go hiking, it's awesome. If you ever get the chance, if you're in Korea, or if you're like in Canada, USA, and you get the chance to go to Korea, you gotta leave Seoul and go hiking like in the mountains. It's amazing. Also, in Korea, when you go hiking in the mountains, Wi-Fi data is on. You can be in the middle of nowhere in Korea, hiking up a mountain, and you can be watching YouTube videos, Kakao talking to your best friend, video calling. 안녕하세요, Canada. 아저씨, thank you, 감사합니다. You can be in the middle of anywhere, like on top of a mountain, and you can have perfect data. In Canada, if you go on top of a mountain, you're going to have a bad time. Maybe your data will be like 0, you'll have no connection, you'll be crying. If you get lost in Korea, you can just look at your cell phone and find your way back. Yeah. Also in the mountains, lots of times there's a convenience store, or even a brand convenience store, or a big chain convenience store at the top of the mountain and the bottom of the mountain. So you go to the bottom of the mountain, you get your drinks, you get your food for the day, you hike up the mountain, along the way you eat, you check out the animals, like there's deer, wild boars, I'd say, what else? Swans, lots of birds in Korea. Lots of birds. Maybe, so the wild boars, they're usually scared of you in Korea, I'd say. But some wild boars might come after you. So you hiking up, you walk, you rest, you picnic. When you get to the top of the mountain, you're out of drinks. You pick up some more drinks, you rest at the top of the mountain, you take your picture with the mountain, and you go back down the mountain, and it's really awesome. So mountain climbing in Korea, awesome. So I mean hiking. Mountain climbing, there's a couple boards, but I never did go climbing in Korea, just hiking. Love the hiking. But then, when you're all done, you're all tired, and you're Jimjilbang. And you go to Jimjilbang, you drink water, you go to the saunas, you go to hot tub, you get all happy, you get so fun time. Just have a so great time. So that's awesome. You can spend a weekend in Korea. You work Monday to Friday. Friday night, you could go ride the subway out somewhere like a rural state of Jimjilbang. Wake up Saturday morning, go climb a mountain, get your drinks, get your food. Climb the mountain, come back down, go back to Jimjilbang, relax, hang out, do it again on Sunday, or go back to Seoul. It's crazy. So yeah, the Seoul subway system, I wanted to talk on that too. The Seoul subway system is awesome. If you live in Korea and you live in Seoul, you are lucky. You got probably one of the best, if not the best, subway systems in the world. The Seoul subway system, again, goes from like Paju in the north, even farther, like Dongbucheon, I think, up there, all the way down to Cheonan, and it goes from Incheon all the way to like Chuncheon. So it's crazy. I remember I looked at one trail from like Paju all the way to the southern line. It was like 4 hours. So you could literally ride the subway 4 hours, and you'd go through Gyeonggi-do, Seoul, and you'd go through Chuncheon. Like, it's crazy. You'd go through everything. And also on the subway in Korea, it's super safe. In Canada, some public transit is really super safe, but in Canada, some public transit is a little dangerous, and you will run into like some guys who will kind of hassle you. In Seoul, the subway is awesome. I rode the subway for 3.5, 4 years. Never had anyone fight me. Never had anyone drunk come up and punch me or anything. In Canada, sometimes you'll have people drunk, and they'll maybe look at you, but someone will phone the cops on them, and then the cops will take them on the next bus. But in Seoul, sometimes, you get a drunk guy who'd sit beside you and talk to you, but no one ever bothered me and made me want to get off the subway. It was all awesome. Sometimes you get vendors, they'd be like, Chonwon, 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 down. But, they'd never hassle you, and, even sometimes people give you papers, and they say, donate to this, donate to that. But if you'd be like, no, I'm sorry, I have no money, they'd be, something like that. They'd never bother you. In Canada, sometimes if that happens, people will hassle you, and especially on buses and like city buses, busy times, people like push and they'll be very angry. In Korea, sometimes maybe you get pushed, but I felt like lots of times people would line up and they would get on more orderly than in Canada. In Canada, sometimes some guy will just push you, like they'll push like a man will push like a lady with like a baby or a pregnant lady. In Korea, I've seen it maybe like a couple times. Never happened to me, but in Canada, I feel that happens way more than in Korea. Especially if you go on like the real busy times, you'll see people getting pushed and people maybe fall down. Actually, in Korea, on the subway, even at the most busiest time, I've never seen anyone fall down like by being pushed. Some people maybe trip, but I've never seen anyone get pushed down by another person. So that was awesome about the subway. But yeah, the subway in Korea, not only is it awesome, it's really super cheap. Like in Canada, to go on a bus, it's like $3 one way. I remember in Korea, it was way cheaper than that. Like for like maybe $20, $15, you could ride the subway for like a whole week. It was crazy. And in Canada, when you transfer, sometimes it costs more money because maybe there's a distance thing and you go from here to here, and it's crazy. But in Korea, you can go from like Paju all the way down to Chuncheon for it was like $5, $6 on the subway. If you take a fast train, of course it's going to go up, but if you just take like the subway, it's awesome, and it's like $4 or $5. Another thing, in Canada, the buses are way more money. In Korea, you could go from Seoul to Busan. I took the really cheap bus. It was like $19. It was $19 to go from Seoul to Busan, which is 6 hours. In Canada, going from, let's say, Calgary to Edmonton might run you like almost $100. It's crazy. So the bus prices in Canada, opposed to Korea, are super crazy. Like in Korea, you can like almost actually go like anywhere in Korea for like $50, I'd say maximum. If you take like the best bus, you go from like maybe like Munsan to Busan, you could probably pay maybe like $60, I'd say. $60 probably for the best bus. If you take the subway, you could take the subway from Munsan all the way down to Cheonan. You could probably take a little bus. You could probably get down there for really cheap. So you could get from like Munsan to Busan, like the whole South Korea, for like maybe probably, I'd say maybe $30, $40 like that. In Canada, if you want to go that distance, like from here to here, maybe it costs you like $200, $300. I know if you go out of province in Canada on a bus, it costs more money. Actually, in Western Canada, I think one province, Saskatchewan, just canceled their bus service. So there's no actually service in Saskatchewan anymore, other than maybe Greyhound. But other provinces have 2-3 bus companies, but Saskatchewan I guess they just canned their bus service. So they have no more bus service there. I think Greyhound is left. And Greyhound is really expensive, so in BC and Alberta, there's 2-3 companies, and I think Manitoba there's 2-3 companies, but Saskatchewan had a central system, and they cut it, so now they only had Greyhound left. So that's another thing. Transportation, super cheap in Korea. In Canada, really expensive. Also, in Korea, you could go from like Busan to Seoul on an airplane, or you could go from Jeju to Seoul on an airplane, or anywhere. It was crazy. And you'd go through super fast. It'd be actually faster sometimes to take an airplane from, let's say, Gimpo to Jeju than to take a ferry, right? If you go in Canada, when you go even domestic flights, there's a whole bunch of security checks. They check all your bags and everything. In like Korea, they just little check and then go. In Canada, they're very worried about everything. They're checking. They're looking for liquids. They're looking, is this here? Is that there? Blah, 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 blah. So the waiting times in Canada for the airplanes are really, really, really long. So sometimes, if you go from one city to another city in Canada, even driving is faster than flying. Because the wait times in the airports are so long. So what else can I talk about? Oh, that's my hat. You watched that? My brother-in-law gave that to me. Something to do. So, you can talk maybe like food prices. Think about that. Lots of people ask about food prices. Here we got Twinings tea. I made a video on that before. You want to watch a video? So I got some tea in there. So in Canada, the food prices, I'd say, are more or less cheaper than Korea, except for some things. Some things in Korea, I'd say, are way cheaper than Canada. Chicken, E-Mart, Lotte Mart. Chicken that was frozen in E-Mart and Lotte Mart was insanely cheap. I remember that even when Hanguk Ajima and me first come to Canada, we seen how much chicken was in Canada. We were crazy. It was insane. Oh, Eggy crying in the background. But yeah, in Canada, the chicken was super crazy price. Actually, when I went to Korea, I was so surprised that it was so cheap. It was like $5 for a kilogram. That's crazy. Chicken breast, like premium grade A chicken breast, $5 for a kilogram. In Canada, $9, $10, $11 for the exact same chicken. Well, I guess it's Canada chicken versus Korea chicken. Hanguk Ajima, you okay? She's okay. Hanguk Ajima in the back. Little Aggie, still crying. Lots of times, it's normal when babies, right before going to sleep, they cry. Lots of times, right before babies go to sleep, they cry. So yeah. So, but in Korea, I noticed though beef prices were really high as opposed to in Canada. Yeah. Oh, cute baby. Yeah. Tonight, baby has to go to sleep. Actually, right now, it's past 10:12 in where I am right now. So the baby should have been asleep a while ago, but she doesn't want to go to sleep. She wants to play. And when you put the baby to sleep, she cries. Yeah, so in Korea, I noticed that the beef, Hanwoo, was really expensive opposed to like grade A Canadian beef. But Hanwoo, Korean beef, is very delicious. I'd say all beef is really delicious, but the price range in Canada, I'd say, is a little down, but it's creeping up, the beef prices here. Also, fruit in Canada, I'd say like watermelons, oranges, apples is really low. In Korea, it was a little higher, but on the flip side, in Korea, vegetables, and you went to small markets, vegetables and some fruit were like really dirt cheap as an expression. So dirt cheap, that means like really cheap. Like you can get a lot for a little money. In Korea, you go to like a traditional market and you buy vegetables. Oh my God. In Canada, you would die for those prices. They're so cheap. You'd buy pounds and pounds of food, so like chonwon, chonwon. In Canada, you'd get like the same stuff. It'd be like manwon. So in Korea, like $2-3. In Canada, $10. So vegetables and some fruit in Korea, really cheap. But overall, a lot of the fruit was more money in Korea, and it's cheaper in Canada. But like peppers, that's one. Like jalapeno peppers, habanero peppers, all the peppers in Korea, way cheaper. In Korea, I've seen, big bags, like potato sacks full of peppers, and you could get pounds and pounds for so cheap. Peppers really cheap in Korea. Wow. In Canada, you get like a little container of peppers, like $5-6. In Korea, for $5-6, you get scoops and scoops of peppers. That was a really big shock when I found that out. In Korea, they eat lots of peppers, so it's really super cheap. Send me some chili peppers and jalapenos from Korea. Oh, I love that. Getting a big scoop of peppers and like $5. In Canada, a little container, $5 off. It's ridiculous. But yeah, food prices are super different. Like coffee shops in Korea, the price is more than in Canada. But in Korea, you can go to a coffee shop and stay there for hours and hours. In Canada, if you went to a coffee shop and stayed there for 2-3 hours, the owner might say you have to buy another coffee, or the owner would actually kick you out. That's another thing about Canada and Korea. In Korea, you can, like, you go to like McDonald's or you go to a coffee shop or you go somewhere, you can stay there for hours and hours and hours. But in Canada, usually there's a time limit. When we went to Calgary, we went to McDonald's and there's a big sign that says 30-minute maximum time limit per purchase. So if you went to Calgary and you bought like a coffee, you have 30 minutes. And there is actually people, like employees, that actually stand there waiting for you. Wow, there's employees that stand there waiting for you. After 30 minutes, they kick you out. Like, it's kind of mean, but I can see where that's coming from. You'll go get your coffee, you'll drink it. Where did you get your hat? Oh, my brother-in-law was in the Korean Army. So he was in the Korean Army for 2 years, and he actually finished, and then he bought me a hat. So, 감사합니다, brother-in-law. Yeah, so in McDonald's, there's a guy standing there, 30-minute time limit. After 30 minutes, you get out of there. Like, they will actually push you out of there. And sometimes, like, say if the business isn't busy, they might let it slide. But if it's really busy, you're gone. They won't. The time limit's there, and you're gone. But you can kind of get around it if you like bought more food. So if you go there and you buy like, say you go there and you buy like French fries, and then after 30 minutes, you get a new order, and you like, I just ordered it, and they'll say your receipt. So every 30 minutes, if you go there and you buy like French fries, and after that you buy like a Coke and a burger. So every 30 minutes, if you buy something new, you can renew your 30 minutes. But in Korea, like you go to a coffee shop or like even McDonald's, you buy like a burger or a meal. Even sometimes in Korea, you just buy like a little French fries, and you can sit in the like restaurant for hours and hours and hours and never bother you. That was totally different to me then. Actually, when I went to Korea, that was actually kind of a unique thing too. You get like a little coffee, and you can stay in the cafe all day. In Canada, they'd boot you out of there, or they'd say you'd have to get another coffee or you have to buy something else. Also, bringing in outside food. That was awesome about Korea. You could literally go to like a coffee shop, get a coffee, bring in a sandwich from outside or make a sandwich from home and eat it. No one would care. No one. You'd never get kicked out or anything. Like, you could go home, make a sandwich, come back, have it all over the table, drink your coffee. No one cares. In Canada, if you went to a coffee shop and you brought your own like snacks or your own coffee, if you went to a coffee shop in Canada and you brought your own coffee, like in a mug, they would go, like, they'd be like, you're out of here. Or they'd make you buy like a coffee and they'd say, no outside food, don't bring that in here. But in Korea, I've seen people do this. They went to coffee shops, they had a coffee, and then they actually brought coffee from home and they put it in the cup, or they would drink out of their cup, and no one batted an eye, no one cared. So you'd actually buy like a coffee cup, the original coffee cup, have a little flask, fill it up, and then just drink. No one said anything. That was amazing. In Canada, if you did that, you'd be in a lot of trouble, but that's another story now. So, what else can I talk about? Let's try and go for a long time tonight. So if you haven't seen my update, it's still an update. Still 2019. So this week, Chapaguri Ramen Fusion. It's got 1,019 views. Awesome. Thank you all, guys. So let's get it up there. So thank you all. Gu Charles. 안녕하세요. How are you doing? Live stream, Friday night live stream. You got any questions? Thank you. You guys got any questions? You want to ask anything? You can ask questions. I was just talking about Korea and Canada differences. You guys have any questions about the difference between Korea and Canada? Shoot them at me. I'll try and answer the best I can. I love answering. I love connecting with you guys. Check out my new website. I got blog posts. I got pictures. It'll have some YouTube stuff, but I'm going to try and branch off from YouTube and get a lot of new stuff. www.checkacola.com. Tell your friends. Okay, what else can I talk about? So Korea and Canada. What else? Traffic. Oh, here's a good one. Traffic. In Korea, the traffic was crazy. But it seemed like everyone was like in tune, and you could drive. Even when it's really busy, in tune. Everyone's on the subway in the traffic. Like you go Gangnam, everyone's driving, it's going smooth. In Canada, where I live right now, maybe a 4-lane highway is the biggest highway you can find. Like 2-lane this side, 2-lane this side. Where I live right now, there's not a lot of traffic, but I'd say in Toronto or Vancouver, it might get busy like Korea, but I don't think it'll get busy that long. In Korea, when it gets busy, the rush hour, it's insane. And that's why you need a good subway system. Seoul Subway, best system in the world, maybe. I think so, but someone might want to fight me over that. But Seoul Subway, best system. Instead of driving a car, you can take the subway. In Canada, the subway system where I live is non-existent. There is no subway system where I live. There is buses and there is cars. The buses where I live, you want to go to point B, you're point A. Point A, point B. You go point C, D, E, F, B. So the buses, you transfer everywhere. So I'm right here. You want to get here? You go transfer, you go, you get there. So the buses here are crazy and they're really expensive. Hello, how are you? Thank you for watching my stream. Any questions? Write a comment. I'll answer your questions to the best of my abilities. If you want to write anything, write it down there. Thank you, guys, for watching. So yeah, the buses here, again, really expensive compared to Korea. $3, maybe I'm not even sure. When I went to university, it was like $3 for a one-way ticket. And then if you wanted to transfer, you had to tell the bus driver when you got on the bus. And if you didn't tell them when you got on the bus, they wouldn't give you the transfer ticket. So you'd have to pay again. So you'd have to pay $6 to get where you wanted to go. And if you got a transfer ticket, here in Korea, you had a T-Money card. And you'd scan it. You'd scan the T-Money card. And when you get off the bus, you'd scan it. And so it would know how much money you got. In Canada, there are monthly bus passes. But if you have like just a single, like one-time ride, you have to pay, get the transfer ticket. Right when you get on, if the bus driver's angry and tells you sit down, you miss the transfer bus or ticket. Oh, Canada Liquor. Okay, 1 second. So if you don't get the transfer ticket, the bus driver would deny you the transfer ticket and you have to pay to get on the next bus. So there was like no system that connected everything together unless you got a monthly pass. So Canadian liquor, in Canada, lots of people drink maybe beer, whiskey, rum, and gin. I'd say those are the big ones, and vodka maybe. So right where I live, there's lots of, like I'd say, micro beer stores, like micro breweries, where you can get like beer that's, small batch brewed. And there's some, I'd say, whiskey distilleries in the city where I live, and then the bigger cities. But there's a lot of Canadian alcohol out there. The taste, like Korean liquor and Canadian liquor, the taste is like totally different. In Korea, like soju, you have like Cass, Max, Height. In Canada, like that would be like Molson Canadian, Labatt's Blue, Lucky Beer. And then like the hard alcohol in Canada and Korea, almost similar. Like there's Canadian Club, you could get that in Korea. And then there's also like just your Bacardi, your Jack Daniels from like the USA. So really, in Canada, like some whiskeys, I'd say Canadian whiskeys are really good, but some Canadian whiskeys are, but Canada does, I'd say in the western provinces, you can get good alcohol. When you get farther eastern, like the taste like changes. It almost gets more like, I don't know, corny. When you add corn to the alcohol and you get corn alcohol, it kind of ruins the taste. I'm not a big fan of corn beer or corn whiskey. So corn beer and corn whiskey, not a big fan of. If you've watched my videos before, you've seen that. Corn beer. But yeah, in Korea, Cass and Height and OB are okay. Molson Canadian, Labatt's Blue. What else? Moosehead. What else? I don't really drink Canadian beers, actually. But there's actually a lot of small brands that I drink. Rock Creek. And before I made videos on it, Martin beer. That's a good one. If you come to Canada, try Martin beer from Saskatchewan. That was a really good beer. But yeah, Canadian beer and Korean beer, similar, like in alcohol content, but taste very, very, very different. So thank you for that question. If you guys have any more questions, write down below. I love that when you guys ask questions and I can talk about it. You can shoot some questions back at me, like, my favorite beer is, why didn't you talk about this? So again, shoot me back some questions. I love answering questions. Live streaming, that's what I'm here for. If you want to ask questions, now's the time. Usually when, on my videos, when you comment on my YouTube videos, I will get back to you soon. But now, right now, comment, leave a comment. I'll get back to you right away. So, what can I do? What can I do? 10:27. What time is it where you guys are right now? What time is it there? In Korea, or the USA, or Mexico, or Australia? What time is it where you are living right now? Very interesting. 1:27 in Korea. Wow. It's Saturday? 1:27? Good. It's Saturday there. Oh yeah, it's still Friday night here. What are you guys going to do? You going to party? You going to study? Going to work? Love the weekend. When I worked in Korea, Monday to Friday work, Saturday, Sunday got off. It was awesome. So what are you guys doing on the weekend? Hopefully you guys have a fun weekend. Oh, just watching TV. Oh, that's good. You like dramas, you like sports, fighting. Awesome. Sleep? Oh, sleep. Sleeping, eating, also very good. Get some delicious Korean barbecue. Oh, I miss that. In Korea, I used to love getting galbi and samgyeopsal. Oh, I miss that. Canada, Korean barbecues, really, really, really expensive. And the quality is not there. In Korea, the cheap Korean barbecue restaurants are way better than the expensive Korean restaurants in Canada. $17, $18 for a bowl of jjajangmyeon. That's a really small. Jjajangmyeon. $17 for a little bowl. No joke. I went crazy. That was crazy. I can't afford that. You can't afford jjajangmyeon in Canada. You can get chapaghetti, but you can get actually chapaghetti in Canada is not that bad. You get 5 or 6 packs of chapaghetti for $5. But jjajangmyeon, you go to a restaurant, the bowl, the same, maybe even smaller than in Korea, but $18, $19, I can't afford that. Even if you go to a Korean barbecue where you actually, like in Korea, you cut it with the scissors and you fry it in front of you, those restaurants, they'll be like $90. Crazy. Jjajangmyeon. Oh, jjajangmyeon. I love jjajangmyeon. Me and my wife, Hanguk Ajima, when we lived in Korea, we went to many, many, many jjajangmyeon restaurants. Oh my god. Chow Chow. Very good. And then some small places. You'd actually go to a small place and get jjajangmyeon. It'd be freshly made. You know, you mix the noodles and the black sauce. And oh my god, so delicious. Jjajangmyeon. If you're in Korea, you have to eat jjajangmyeon. When you leave Korea, jjajangmyeon is so crazy expensive. Oh my god. Canada, I miss jjajangmyeon. Also, sogogi. Sogogi in Korea, sogogi barbecue, awesome. Even the expensive places in Korea are cheaper than like the expensive places in Canada, because in Canada, Korean barbecue is a novelty. So it'd be like some place you go specially. So in Korea, you can go to a barbecue every single day. In Canada, you go to it like maybe once a year. So you go to like a burner and you cook it in front of you. And lots of times in Canada, when you cook the meat, actually the attendant comes and will cut it for you. So you don't actually get to cut the meat or cook it. What is delicious in Canada? Canada, I'd say poutine. I think poutine, French fries, gravy and cheese. Lots of people love that. In Korea, if you go to maybe Outback, you can get similar style like that, but it's not the same because you need cheese curds and gravy and fries. Very good. Also, what else? Canada has a lot of good small independent burger shops and pizza shops. Pizza in Canada and Korea is totally different. In Korea, the pizza was more like, I say, thin and more crunchy. In Canada, it's more fluffy and like rip and bend. It's actually really different. Korean pizza, like Pizza School, Pizza Maru, even Domino's, they're different than like I'd say like a Domino's in Canada. Yeah. So in Canada and Korea, Domino's totally different. Maybe except for pepperoni pizza. And Domino's in Korea, I was so surprised you got on the outside you got like the gold ring with the potato. In Canada, you can't get that. Like mayonnaise on the pizza, they don't have that. A lot of the pizzas in Korea you cannot get in Canada, and a lot of the pizzas in Canada you cannot get in Korea. Also, I'm not too sure in Pizza Hut in Korea if they have the dessert pizzas. I never seen them, but they might have them. In Canada, they have dessert pizzas. So when you go to Pizza Hut, you can actually get like a strawberry pizza or a cherry pizza. I'm not too sure if Korea had that. If you come to Canada or even the USA, you gotta try a good dessert pizza. They're awesome. It'll be like it'll be small. It'll be like a pizza crust, and instead of pizza sauce, it'll be like a jam syrup mixture, and then there'll be fruit, and sometimes they put powdered sugar on it. Awesome. Very, very, very delicious. Also, I'd say in Canada, for breakfast, awesome. Canada has lots of delicious breakfast foods, like pancakes, French toast, and some fried eggs, ham. Awesome. Canadian breakfast food is awesome. Canadian bacon, very good. So I'd say breakfast foods are very good in Canada and the USA, and Europe too. If you come to Canada, the USA, you have to try some pancakes and waffles. Oh my God. Waffles with fresh maple syrup. The best, like dark or light, depending on what your style is, but fresh waffles with fresh maple syrup. Oh, so good. I'd say in Korea, I missed that. But yeah, all waffles, yeah. In Canada, the waffles are a little different than in Korea. Sometimes you get like a big stack of waffles in Canada with fresh maple syrup for a really good price. In Korea, like if you go to a bakery like Paris Baguette, one waffle will be like $1 or $2. In Canada, you can get like a big stack of waffles for like maybe $5, $6, and it's very delicious, and it'll fill you up for all day almost. And bacon too. In Canada, the bacon strips are a little different. Actually, my Hanguk Ajima, when we first come to Canada, she was actually amazed about how the bacon strips are different. And in Canada, there's Canadian back bacon, which is more like ham, but it's so good. So if you come to Canada, you gotta try a small independent like breakfast house and eat. There are large houses, like large brands. Like I'd say Tim Hortons is one. They make food is okay, and it's good. But if you go to like a small independent place, like they have like maybe one shop or two shops in all Canada, you'll get awesome breakfast. Usually the places like it was opened up by a mom or a dad or maybe a grandpa. You know, they cooked their whole life. Those places are the best. In Korea too. Actually, sometimes when you go to the small places, they made the best soup. Everything. Oh, sanakji. So nakji, is that live nakji in Korea? Oh, so I really want. So yeah, well, so the nakji, yeah, in Korea I ate lots of nakji. I ate some live nakji. In Paju one time I wrapped it around a stick and it's really, really sticky and chewy. And I got her down, but you have to chew and eat. And cooked nakji, really spicy nakji, love that. Actually, octopus, I really like. Very good. I miss that. In Canada, octopus prices are really, really, really expensive. So in Korea, I love that. I actually, right before I left Korea, I bought maybe 2-3 big bags of long tentacles. There's actually a video of me eating it. If you check my past videos, octopus, nakji. I ate a whole bunch of nakji. Oh my god, love that. Nakji. Yeah. Oh yeah, Canada. In Canada, most people have like their own house or apartment, and they don't live with their parents after a certain age. Usually it's like 18 to 20, then you leave, and then you get your own apartment. So you get big houses, big apartments. In Korea, the houses, because of the land, are a little smaller, but in Korea I've seen some huge houses. But in Canada, when you get a huge house, you can get a huge, insane house, like 10,000 square feet, 12,000 square feet. It's really crazy big. So yeah, and you usually, one family, so a mom and a dad and their kids will live together, and the kids turn like 18, 19, the kids will go get their own house or apartment. So Canada has lots of land, so you can get lots of beautiful houses. Also, depending on where you are, Eastern Canada and Western Canada, totally different style. The house is really beautiful. In Eastern Canada, when you get to like Quebec and like Newfoundland and like New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, they're more European style. And actually, PEI is, so Canada has like an island province. It's on the east. It's called PEI. The houses on there are like Annangrid Gables and like really beautiful. It's like really almost like Ireland. So like on the east, it's like Ireland, and then you get to the west, Vancouver, you get the mountains. You got like mountain houses, and actually there's in British Columbia, Kimberley. Oh, have you ever been to like Germany? Kimberley, BC is like almost the exact same as Bavaria, southern Germany. So beautiful. So in Canada, when you come to Canada, you gotta choose one area you want to go. Canada's too big to view like in one time. If you want to view Canada, you have to choose. You want to go west, central, or east, or even north. You got to pick a place, and then study it, and look at it. Very beautiful. I recommend studying Canada first and what you want to see. If you want to see European, if you want to see French, go to Quebec. If you want to see beautiful mountain areas, lots of wildlife, lots of beautiful things, go in the western place like BC, Alberta. And if you want to see like lots of big like deer and you want to see lots of trees, you want to see lots of lakes, go in the central parts. It's really beautiful, Canada. But it's so big, so if you want to visit all Canada, you got to come to Canada. You got to stay like maybe 2-3 months. Even 2-3 months might be a little too short. If you stay in Canada for a year and you travel everywhere, you keep traveling, never staying anywhere, you might be able to view it all. But if you stay in Canada a year and you just stay one spot, you got to come back and visit a whole bunch. Canada's really big. Has a whole bunch of history, so you got to plan your trips out. Oh, you have dogs? Oh, before my parents' house, I had 3 dogs. So there was 2 Jack Russells and 1 Boxer Lab mix. So Malibu was a Jack Russell, Nod Jack Russell, and Chloe Boxer Black Lab mix. I love pets. So in Korea, there's some pets, but I never seen many big dogs and lots of people running around. You have a dog? Do you have a small dog or a big dog? A Jindo, or you have a small Maltese or Shih Tzu? What kind of dog do you have? Oh, middle? That's awesome. In Korea, lots of people have, I noticed, small dogs. Oh, Boston Terrier. Very awesome dog, very beautiful. Actually, in Korea, I actually looked at buying a Boston Terrier, but we didn't have enough room. So we actually decided not to get one, but I know Boston Terriers, they're very awesome. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, but in Korea, I noticed that the bigger dogs, in the rural areas, there's lots of big dogs, but once you get to like Seoul or like even like Busan, the dogs are maybe smaller and they usually don't run as much. But when you get to rural areas, you can see like Jindo. Jindo are really awesome dogs. My wife's uncle, or my wife's uncle had a Jindo dog and they had puppies. So they were so cute in Korea. The puppy just ran around. It was awesome. 2 small dogs? Yeah. 2 small dogs? Wow. You have, what kind are they? Mine are Jack Russells. Yes. Koreans prefer. Yeah, because in Korea, big dogs, you have to run. My big dog, my black lab boxer, you have to run her all the time. If she'll run, stop, sleep, wake up, run, stop, sleep, wake up, run. So if you don't have a lot of space, it's really hard to have a big dog running. The small dogs, the Jack Russells, they love to dig. So in Korea, if your dog loves to dig, you can take them apart, dig. They'll dig all day and they'll go sleep. But the big dogs that want to run, it's really hard in Korea. But if you live in the rural areas, you can get a big dog in Korea. But in Canada, even in the city, lots of people have big dogs. But I'm not too sure in Korea, but in Canada, some cities ban different style of dogs. Like pit bulls, I think, are banned. Rottweilers and Dobermans, in some cities, they ban them. I'm not too sure about Korea, but some places in Canada actually ban dogs from the cities, which is kind of sad. Because dogs aren't actually bad unless their owners are bad. Not all dogs are bad. Not all dogs are good. But usually the dog is bad because of the owner. If you treat a dog, no matter what kind of dog it is, it'll be beautiful. Maltese. Oh, love Maltese too. I actually never had a Maltese. I had Jack Russells, a Poodle, a Dachshund, a Doberman, and then a Boxer, and then the Boxer Lab, Chesapeake. I had a lot of dogs. So I had a lot of dogs in my life. And I had a bunch of cats too. We actually had one cat. If you guys like cats, I had a cat. Like, it was a farm cat. It lived almost 20 years. It was crazy. So that little guy, he lived almost 20 years, that little cat. It's crazy. In Korea, actually, lots of people have cats too. The cat cafes, dog cafes, very interesting. In Canada, I don't think I've seen a dog cafe or a cat cafe, but in Korea, everywhere. I love that. You go to the dog cafe, you can pet a dog, play with the dog, it sits on you, you play with it for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and you go home. You can come back, you can visit. Very interesting. In Canada, I'd never seen a dog cafe or a cat cafe. Maybe Toronto or Vancouver have some. Can I speak Korean? Only a little. Right now, I'm actually learning Korean. So in the future, I want to do actually some Korean videos, like speak all Korean. But right now, my Korean is a little, like 조금만, like very, very little. I can sing 곰 새머리가 한 집에 있어요. 아빠 곰, 엄마 곰, 애기 곰. 아빠 곰, 덩덩해. 엄마 곰, 남실해. 애기 곰, 귀여워. 어서 잘한다. I can sing a little, but my Korean, little. I gotta practice. My wife helps me. Every day I study Korean, usually 1-2 hours. So in the future, I hopefully can be speaking Korean. I can make a whole Korean video. That's my goal in the future, make a Korean video. Yeah, in the future, hopefully I can make a whole video in Korean. But for reading Korean and Hangul, I can read like 너무 귀여워. 애기 곰, 아빠 곰, 덩덩해. Yeah, I can read Korean, Hangul. I can read it, but when I understand it, it goes a little hard. I can read it, but speaking it, another thing. So in the future, hopefully I can make a video all Korean. Maybe in 3-4 months I can make a video in like half Korean, and then maybe after that, when I study, I can make a full Korean. So what time is it? Oh, 10:45. So I've been up for a while now. So you guys have any more questions? Anyone have any more questions? Anything you can shoot her at? Me too. I want to speak English fluently like you. You too. You can too. If you want to speak English, you can maybe read books, listen to music. I'd say the best thing is to listen to music and watch TV and read books. What do you do on weekends? So right now, I actually have a little daughter and my wife. So on the weekends, I usually, right now in Canada, it's warm and there's no snow. So I go outside, I walk in the park, I maybe go to a restaurant, just have fun with my wife and my child. Because in a month or two, it's going to snow. And in Canada, when it snows, it's going to get so cold and you can't actually go outside. So right now, in the dying days of summer, right now on the weekends, always outside, walking. Maybe even also watching movies and Netflix. My wife just got Netflix, so I can watch a whole bunch of movies on Netflix with my wife and my daughter. So that'll be very interesting. How about you? On the weekends, you eat, sleep. You do anything fun on the weekends? Meet family, go talk with friends. Lots of things you can do on the weekend. Right now, bagel pa, little bagel pa, 조그만 bagel pa. So maybe after this, I'll have to go eat some food today. What did you guys eat today? You guys had just barbecue. You had kimbap. You just drank coffee. You guys had big dinner, small dinner. Donkasu. Oh, donkasu. Cheese donkasu. 맛있어. 김자탕. 지단. Oh, 맛있어. Very delicious. Very good. Donkasu. I miss donkasu. Cheese donkasu. Kimbap Changguk. I'm not too sure how much it was now. When I went there, big cheese donkasu. Ochonwon. Very delicious. Oh, tteokbokki. Oh my god. Tteokbokki, juseyo. In Canada, finding tteokbokki is really, really, really hard. Because there's not many Korean restaurants. So if you want to buy tteokbokki, you have to make it yourself. Or go to a crazy restaurant. $15, $20 for tteokbokki. It's crazy. $15 for a little thing of tteokbokki. In Korea, 3,000won. You get a big thing of tteokbokki. Very delicious. Cheese tteokbokki, 매운 tteokbokki. So I love the really spicy tteokbokki in Korea. That really, really fire tteokbokki. Even bulldog ramen mixed with tteokbokki and eat was very, very, very delicious. Oh, I miss that. You guys are so lucky in Korea, you don't know. You got tteokbokki, you got donkasu, you got really cheap food and you can get it really fast. In Canada, if you want to order food, you phone like the company and they'll bring it, but they'll bring it in a car and they usually charge a lot of money for delivery. Some places free delivery, but lots of places will charge $5 extra, $10 extra. Korea, just a little extra, but it comes straight to your door. Wow. Yeah, spicy foods. I love spicy foods. In Korea, like bulldog ramen, tusei ramen, spicy tteokbokki, 매운 sogogi, 매운 samgyeopsal, all. 매운 nakji. Love that. I actually really love spicy food. I eat lots of spicy food. Even my wife, she couldn't eat it, but I just eat. Very delicious. Lots of spicy ramens, spicy soups, spicy meat, everything. So delicious. Love spicy food. Really delicious spicy food. I actually haven't met any food that I couldn't eat. Sometimes it gets really spicy and I'll maybe eat half, but I'll eat it. And really, some Korean curries, really spicy. I eat it. I never barf. Maybe just get full, eat it down. Lots of times, I'll eat it all. You can't eat spicy foods well. Oh, that's too bad. So tteokbokki. You like just a little spicy food, tteokbokki. Those are good too. Me personally, I love spicy food. So yeah, just a little spicy. Very good. I love spicy tteokbokki. When your eyes water and your nose waters, very good. In Canada right now, 10:51. So 10:51. It's really getting late right now. So in Canada right now, it's getting really late. In Korea, you guys are just getting up. You guys can go watch TV, eat, play games. Canada, pretty soon, go to sleep. Lots of parts of Canada. You get the eastern parts right now, they're probably all sleeping. Right here, some people are still awake. I can hear in the place where I live right now, in the apartment, there's still people with TV on and people talking. But I think maybe in 15-20 minutes, everyone, usually around 11:30, 11:15, people usually go to bed or turn off the TV. In Korea, lots of times, 24 hours, everyone go. Even 2 in the morning, you'll see people on the street having a good time, having fun, which is good. But if you have a little child, it's kind of But I remember back in the days, just me and my wife, you'd go out all night. It's fun times. So you guys have any more questions? You have any more questions or concerns? You want to know anything about Canada? I usually sleep 1 a.m. Oh, me? Usually I go to bed around, again, like 11:30, 12. But sometimes I stay up to 1 a.m., 2 a.m., depending on the night. Sometimes I can't even sleep, and I'll stay up to like 3, 4 a.m. But usually, I'd say now, I usually go to bed like, again, 11:30, 12. So you go to bed 1 a.m. You go PC room, study. In Korea, right now, school is on. Maybe you have to study hard, get good scores, or you're playing video games. I'm not too sure. What game is really famous in Korea right now? When I left Korea, it was like Battle Royale. Not too sure. What's a famous game in Korea now? Maybe it changed. What's that? I can't remember that game with the guns and the girl. What is that game? I can't remember. Better check that out. I know that lots of people used to play that game. I'm a Korean high school student. Oh, you're a high school student? So you, high school 1, 2, or 3? 19 years old? Oh. So pretty soon you're going to university? Oh. Little scary. You planning on going abroad, or are you planning on staying in Korea? Or are you planning on just working after school? It's very scary. Right when you're about to finish high school, you have to decide you want to go to university, or you want to work, or you want to travel. It's a really hard decision. You'll do good. You'll be okay. Let's see. That game was really famous. I can't even remember that. Jesus. Overwatch. That's the game. Overwatch. When I was living in Korea, Overwatch was really... You want to go to university? Yeah, good. You have any places planned out, or you want to go university in Korea, or you want to go university in Canada? Usually, some Korean universities are top-notch. I know in Canada, I know lots of people who went to like Seoul University and Yonsei University, and I know some people went to other small universities. I think any university, if you get the degree you want, is very good. Anything you can get. But yeah, when I was in Korea, I go PC room sometimes. Everyone was playing Overwatch. They were all crazy on Overwatch. It was kind of getting ridiculous. Everyone was just... The whole PC room would be full, and single person in the PC room would be playing Overwatch. So, you guys have any more questions, concerns? You want to talk about some stuff? You can shoot me a bunch of questions right now. I'm getting warmed up. If you guys want to shoot more questions, anything. Almost, no, 10:55 maybe. If you guys don't have any questions or you don't have anything, maybe I'll close it down and I'll go to bed and I'll let you guys. Your hat, yeah. So yeah, the army hat. Republic of Korea Army. Right, yeah. Yukun. I got from my brother-in-law. Very awesome guy, thank you. I never bought it. My brother-in-law, he gave it to me for a gift. He was in the army. So when he just finished his draft, so he bought it for me. Yeah, very kind guy. Number one. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes on YouTube, let's see, they update that. Let's see what's going on. This week my number one video was the chapaguri. It was very delicious. It was made by me and my wife, Hangu Gajima. She actually came up with the idea. So I have to thank her for that. Hangu Gajima, chapaguri. Actually, that's really delicious. Chapaguri. Oh, you heart. Yeah, I didn't actually know about that. Yeah, chapaguri. We had lots of people were saying chapaguri or chapaguri. But yeah, the B, or the P. Lots of people were saying the P and lots of people were saying the B, so we didn't know. I went with the P. But yeah, we got almost, let's see, got a whole bunch. No, never updated yet. I visited your channel for the first time. Oh, thank you. Kamsahamnida. I hope you like my channel. I hope you can watch my videos, and if you want, you can leave a like. And I thank you totally for watching my video. Kamsahamnida. So I think maybe I better go to sleep. People upstairs they're making noise. They turned off the TV. So I want to thank you guys. So thank everyone for watching the videos. Thank you, Ka BB, for your comments. Thank you for your comments and thank you for interacting. Up Guan Hyuk Pojo. So thank all you guys for commenting. Thank you guys for making the live stream good. Maybe tomorrow I'll make a live stream, or maybe on Sunday. I'm not too sure. So thank you guys. Good night. Annyeong. Auf Wiedersehen. Checkacola out. Bye bye. Good night.